At least you could read it on the screen, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give it to you now, Howard. As I know we kind of missed a little bit of your introduction for the people on Zoom, but the people in the room did hear it. So whenever you're ready. Howard, are you there? He's on.
He's muted.
On mute. And we can't unmute him. He has to do it himself.
He's reading a book.
Howard, are you there connected?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. I will let you take it away when you are ready. We are ready for you.
Oh, that's fast. I didn't expect it so fast. Okay, thank you. Well, thank you.
Well, we're trying to get you so you can get to your next
I
meeting.
appreciate it. I have another Rotary at 1 and I have another one at 7. Thank you for having me.
Very good.
I'm the president.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. I'm the president-elect of my club, and I'm the program chair. If any of you would like to speak for my club, go to howardrotary.com. We'd love to have you as well. Let me get right to it. Let me get I got to turn my slides on. You surprised me. No one's ever done it that fast before.
Well, when you tell me you have a deadline, I take that to heart.
I appreciated that, but I still didn't expect it, but that's okay. Thank you. So I know how the meetings usually run in a certain sequence. So you broke the pattern. I wasn't prepared. Okay. Would you agree that best learning, I'll tell you a little about me and then I'll start teaching. This way you'll know why you might want to listen. Would you agree the best learning comes from learning from the best? So if Bill Gates would teach you business, that would be fantastic. If you're a basketball fan, if Michael Jordan show you throw a ball, or if you like football, if my friend Peyton Manning would show you to throw a football. Well, Bill, Michael, and Peyton can't make it today, but I'm here. I'm their equivalent in their niche. I don't have their bank accounts. That would have been even better, but I am the equivalent as far as my niche of learning. Before COVID, I trained the U.S. Special Forces at Fort Bragg, the Royal Thai Army in Bangkok. I've done a lot of Fortune 500 companies, but my real passion is helping children. As you know, one of the 4 pillars of Rotary is education, and I do a lot with that. Get ready for a life-changing experience. Would you like to learn faster? Say yes.
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 Okay, I know some of you are muted, so I'll assume you say yes. Would you like to become more productive? Say yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, and would you like to have more time to do the things you love? Say yes.
Yes.
And you came to the right place because I'm going to teach you 5 skills. You're going to read quicker, comprehend better, learn how to remember, do a little math magic. EQ skills will make it fun. And take notes. Everything I'm showing you, you can use in your business to make money. As you're growing older, it'll keep you mentally fit. And those of you with kids or nieces, nephews, it'll help them in school. I have 11-year-olds in college getting A's in as little as a week, very consistently. Make it quick. This is one of my students, Micah. He looks like a little boy, but that's a picture of him passing the bar in California at 19. Was that a fluke? His brother's an attorney. He's 22. He's also a flight instructor and pilot for Southwest. His sister's 15. She's in her first year of law school. She'll be the youngest person to pass the bar in California. And Mike is too old to be the second oldest. His brother is 17 in his second year of law school, and he'll be the second oldest person to pass the bar. All using what I'm going to teach you today. I unlocked the secret to learning fast. I also struggled with books and magazines and mail when I was younger. I grew up in Brooklyn, in a bad part. I grew up in the projects. A lot of gangs. And they want to mute the mics a little because there's some background noise. There were a lot of gangs, and I found the safest place for me to play was the library. Young kids would rather be dead than go to the library. So I read a lot and had college reading when I was 11. I went to the State University of New York, Binghamton when I was 17 to major in biology. In my second half of my junior term, I decided I also wanted to major in psychology. There's a branch of biology called psychobiology, not psychotic biology, that's Frankenstein, but psychobiology is the biology of behavior. And the dean said, how are you going to do that? You had no psych courses. You have to do the whole 4-year program in 1 year and finish the bio program and take 6 science courses at the same time, 18 credits in science, 2 4-hour labs, and I had 3 jobs. I was working 18 hours a week. He said, you're not smart enough. And that's when it hit me. They never taught me how to learn in school. They tell you what to learn, why to learn, what will happen when you don't learn, but not why you hear a song on the radio once, you know it your whole life. You read the 7 habits of highly effective people, the next day you don't know any habits. So I learned how to learn. I got up to 80 pages a minute. It got me in the Guinness Book of World Records as the fastest reader in the world. And I did the psych program in 1 year. And I took the graduate record exam for biology, which is like an SAT for graduate school. And I reviewed 48 books in 3 nights, like biochemistry, cell physiology, genetics, plant systematics, not light reading. I got 3 questions wrong. So I got an 800. I was in the 99th percentile for biologists in the world. And then I wondered if it was me or the system. So I taught this to kids 11 to 15, gave them a 30 chapter book in lifelong developmental psych, which is a sophomore college course. Remember, the oldest student was 15. They read it in 1 week, and 15 out of 18 students passed the AP test for full credit. So I knew this was more important than me being in the Guinness record book, because I could teach it and people could learn it. We did this with Nightingale Conan. It made 65 million. It would have been nice if I got 65 million, but it didn't work out that way. But the program was the highest grossing self-help program of all time. We double blind tested it. Everyone doubled or quadrupled. I've been on about 2,000 shows. My favorite was I was helped to launch the Comedy Network with Dennis Leary in the late 80s, and I was Jon Stewart's first guest. And you don't see too many biologists asked to do comedy, and I thought I'd show you why. Mushroom walks in a bar. Bartender says, get out, we don't serve your kind. Mushroom said, why not? I'm a fun guy. And that's why biologists don't do comedy. Okay. Lastly, that's you with Justin Timberlake, Peyton Manning, Amy Sedaris for Sony. And that's me reading the healthcare bill on Cavuto. That's how fast I read. And it was 1,500 pages. That was the last 20 pages. I read it in 50 minutes and I did a full analysis of the bill, and I was completely accurate. So now you know why you might want to listen. So while you're watching this, think about what it could do for you, how it could help you in business, help your kids in school, and help you to stay fit mentally as you get older. I'm 71. I'm still learning every day. I'm writing. First problem is information overload. More is printed in a week than all human history to the year 1800. That's a fact. And every 6 months, information doubles. You only read about 200 words a minute. That's the norm. All that's online, so you're drowning in that data. Let me show you to read quicker. When I'm done, pick a book you've read, preferably nonfiction. So the only thing that confuses you is your reading speed and not the content of the book. And read for a minute normal. Do nothing special. Time yourself with a smartphone or a watch. When the bell rings, take a pen, mark off in the margin where you finished. So now you know how far you can read in a minute. Now go to the second chapter and use your hand and go 1 line at a time with your eye following your hand as fast as you could comprehend. So as long as you know what you're reading, go quicker and quicker and quicker till you don't. And then you know you went too fast. Since you already know what's in the book, the only reason you're confused is it's too fast. Slow down just enough, and for 5 minutes, go across 1 line at a time and not down the middle, as fast as you could comprehend. If you don't know what you're reading, it's too fast. Then go back to the first chapter. Test yourself for a minute again, this time with your hand, and you'll go 20 to 40% further than where your little mark was during the first minute. Just doing that one single change. It's that easy to start. And I could see from looking at a lot of you, you're probably parents. So show this to your kids. They can use this in school. This is Steven graduating college at 16. How did he do? He had a 4.0 and majored in economics. That's not bad at any age. He was 16. He went for a master's degree in math at 18 and graduated at 19 with a 3.97 GPA. He's very upset. He got 1B. He never got one before. He said, what do I tell my mother? I never got a B before. I said, Steven, he got out of college at 16 with a 4.0. He got a master's in math at 19 with a 3.97. I think she'll keep you. It was a happy ending. His mother kept him, but made him promise never to get another B. He's a professor at Yale now. Very proud of what he accomplished. Obviously, a brilliant young man, but I showed him how to leverage his intelligence and learn at the peak level that he was capable of. Would you agree speed isn't as important as comprehension? Nobody wants to read fast. Learn fast, understand better. That's something people can see a benefit from. When MSNBC first launched, I was interviewed by Dick Cavett, who was one of their first hosts, and you got to be friends. And I stayed after the interview, and he told me a story. He had interviewed Woody Allen, and Woody took Evelyn Woods and read War and Peace in 5 minutes. It's an enormous book. He said, that's incredible. What do you remember? And Woody said, it's about the Russian Revolution. That's all I remember. And that was speed reading. It was terrible for learning. If you had to learn something new, a word, a name, a formula, you slowed down to learn it, you lost your speed. It was all or nothing. Fast always or never. And it didn't work. The guy who owned Evelyn Woods during its heyday was Maurice Thompson Jr. And he paid me to train his son on my system and said, I've gone past speed reading to speed learning, bringing it in the 21st century. I took what I learned about the brain and graduate courses on how reading works. And I'm going to show you a key component of it now. It's called schema. Schema is how your brain makes sense out of words on a page. Let me demonstrate it. This passage has no schema. Watch how confusing it is, although the words are simple. This is an easy thing to do. Many people are able to do this at an early age. Be careful not to rush, or you may have a serious problem, and it's very confusing. You know what I'm talking about. There's no schema. On the next slide, I have the same passage, but with schema. The title, 2 words, and instantly it all makes sense. Bike riding. This is an easy thing to do. Many people are able to do this at an early age. Be careful not to rush, or you may have a serious problem, and it's totally meaningful now. So I'm teaching people where these clues are, so they can read 2, 3, 4 times faster and very technical material like law or medicine, and understand it better at the higher speed, because they're not just using mechanics, which is what everyone else did, but they're using psychology and how the brain actually makes sense out of what it's learning. It made a tremendous difference. You can slow down, learn something you didn't know, and then immediately go back to your top speed. It's possible, and it wasn't possible in the past. In your businesses, what are you doing when you communicate to use schema? Make sure you use words people know, not words you know. If you don't use words they know, you're not building rapport. So always talk to people where they are, not where you are, so you can create rapport. And you could use this strategy to cut your study time in half, increase your productivity, doing nights what took weeks. I did a graduate course in educational psych in 7 hours. That was a 5-month course. And I took the AP test, which was 6 hours long and 50 minutes. I got a B plus. Then you say, well, that's not that good. You could have gotten an A. I needed a C minus. I was a teacher. All I wanted was the credits. I wasn't interested in the course. I needed the credits to keep my license active. So a C minus was sufficient. B plus was more than sufficient. My goal was the course credits, not the course. You always need to know what's your win, what's your goal when you're reading, what's your purpose. My purpose wasn't to learn the course. My purpose was to get the 4 graduate credits, which I did in less than an hour's time. So if you can do a 5-month graduate course in 7 hours and 50 minutes and get a B plus and spend $50, that's a lot better, I think, than going to class for 6 months and spending $5,000. This is Justin, normal kid, not a genius, C student. Taught him how to learn, which, by the way, every school should do. I'm teaching teachers in Oklahoma how to do this at a school called Whitebead, which is in the middle of nowhere. I mean, literally nowhere. It's farms. They were rated in the top high schools programs in the country. They won an award from the Department of Education. Before we teach kids learn anything, we taught them how to read, write, memorize, understand, analyze, think. So he finished high school at 15 after we taught him how to learn, from a C student. Then he did his associate's degree at 17, bachelor's at 19, master's in English at 21. He became a professor at Tarrant College at 22. So an 11-year-old C student is an English professor at 22. Normal kid, not a genius. This is why I'm doing this. Imagine 10 million Justins and Stevens in this country. What it could do to turn around the whole country. How many problems they could fix that we don't have solutions for. That's really my vision. That's what I'm doing. Now, this is the most important skill of all, and it's called emotional intelligence. And I'm going to stop sharing the screen and do this one live. When I was training the U.S. Special Forces, I put a lot of time on emotional intelligence. They're very well trained, but sometimes they're up for 3 or 4 days in a row with no sleep. And if they don't remember what they learned, they could die. You have a bad day, you go home late. They have a bad day, they don't go home at all. So I'm going to show you one of the skills I taught them, which is how to wake up when you're tired. So if you're taking classes after work, you can be alert and not drink coffee and be up all night. Or in a long meeting when you're bored, wake up, or driving in traffic. Now, we know the left side of the brain controls the right and the right the left. So if we do this together, take your left hand and touch your right shoulder, and then your right hand and touch your left, alternating like I'm doing. You should do it. Then it's like the Macarena without the music, but it's a brain massage. You're using one side and then the other. Now, ideally, you should stand, but I won't ask you because we're all wearing sweatpants right now. But later on, when we're not together, you can stand. You'll get a better outcome. Touch your left hand to your right knee and your right hand to your left knee. If you're standing, your knee will move with your hand, so both sides of your brain will be doing something. Then grab your hand and put your thumb in your hand like I am, my right thumb, and say this like I am with enthusiasm. I feel great. Yes, with passion. If you go, I feel great, that's what your brain will remember, and that's not really feeling great. We're going to do 3 sets of these, and when we're done, I'm going to show you to wake up whenever you need a burst of energy. Starting with the shoulder taps. Let's do this together, slowly the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Knee taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do you feel? I feel great. Yes. This time a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do you feel? I feel great. Yes. Now we're going to go as fast as we can. And when you're standing later, move away from the desk so you don't bash your knees. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do you feel? I feel great. Yes. Now here's what happens when you do it 3 times. Nothing. Now you probably would like something. So let me show you that works. This is our Rotary bell. Remember Pavlov? He rang a bell. He fed a dog. He rang a bell. He fed a dog. He rang a bell. Eventually the dog drooled. You don't want to drool. You do want to feel great. The latest studies show habits take 90 days, not 30. So if you go slow, medium, fast every day and you grab your thumb, that's your bell. I feel great. Yes. You don't want to be in an important meeting, start tapping your shoulders. They'll probably throw you out of the room. But if you grab your thumb and you say to yourself, I feel great. Yes, that's the bell. And your brain remembers how you felt every time you did this. And that's what I was teaching these young people in the military, how to wake up when they needed it. And you can do this too. Sometimes it's the opposite. You need to relax. So imagine I'm a driving teacher and I tell you you're ready for your road test and you tell me you failed. Why? I got nervous. It was a test. You know, anyone ever got nervous on a road test or any other test? That's emotional intelligence. So, in your businesses, what if I actually taught them how to relax when taking the road test and not just how to drive? How many more of my students would graduate and succeed? And how many referrals would I get? So, it's very important to do emotional intelligence. And in your businesses, what states do people need to be in to do what you're telling them successfully? What are you doing to help them get in the state and get out of a state that could interfere? You'll find a lot of the people who failed to perform what you told them was because they're in the wrong state of mind to do it right. They were depressed, they were worried, they were anxious, and that attitude interfered with their performance. And yes, you can change people's performance. I just showed you it is possible. You could use this to increase your own productivity, reduce stress, and even empower success in others. I'm going to do a little speed math. Math is a big issue in our country. 38% of seniors, not dropouts, seniors can't do math. I'm talking fractions, percentages, and decimals in 12th grade. They do calculus in 6th grade in Europe, and our 12th graders can't do fractions. It's a big problem. By the way, 28% of seniors can't read at the 8th grade level, which is the minimum for graduating high school. And 90% can't write a paragraph. So we're in real trouble in this country academically, which is why I'm doing a lot of these programs, trying to make a difference because I saw what I could do. Here's a math problem. 103 times 107. You should have the answer now. No calculator in your head. And yes, it's that simple. And I'll show you how. Notice these are special. Both numbers are bigger than 100, but near 100, not 190 and 103. How much bigger than 100 is 103? 3. How much bigger than 100 is 107? 7. So next to those numbers, write the 3 and the 7. And those are the two differences. And then multiply the differences. 3 times 7 is 21. How hard was that? That's the hard step. Now the easy one, add diagonally. 103 plus 7 is 110. What about the other way? 107 plus 3 is 110. Is it the same? Yes, it's always the same. So pick the easier way to add because it's the same. Write that down. 103 times 107 is 11,021. 110, 21. How hard was that? How hard was that mathematically? When I was a teacher for 10 years when I was younger, I had a lot of students say, I can't do math, it's too hard. And if they believe that, they can't. It's an emotional intelligence issue. So I have them do this. I said, look, you just did math. So apparently you can do math. They can't believe they can't do something when they're doing it. And it eliminates that psychological block, I can't do math, so they can do math. By the way, this is fantastic for business. If you watch the news, does anyone think our biggest problem is there's too many smart people making too many good decisions? I haven't heard that from anybody. So imagine you're a banker, a realtor, an accountant, financial planner, and you crunch numbers like these in your head, no calculator, and you're right. What are the chances the prospect or client looks at you and says, that's a genius. We need to work with that realtor. We need to work with that accountant. How did you do that? They don't know how easy it is. It looks like magic. So it's a great rapport builder in business. It increases your efficiency. You can always check your numbers quickly in your head. And it's like magic. So it's fun to do. Makes people think you're smarter than you really are, but that's okay. When you find someone who's actually intelligent, that's a keeper. This is a great way to show people your intelligence. Now, the last skill I'm going to teach you is memory. And I'm also going to give you a gift at the end for your club. Memory is very important. People say, Howard, do you remember anything? You read so fast. I remember a lot. And so will you after I teach you one of the strategies. But first, let's see how well you do without a strategy. I'm going to give you 10 things to remember. Watch how hard it is. You want to remember pole, shoes, tricycle, car, glove, gun, dice, gate, cat, bowling pins. I'm going to bet you don't know all 10 things backwards and forwards right now. But in 3 minutes, you'll know them all. Backwards and forwards in any order and effortlessly. In fact, this was so simple, 3-year-olds learn this. And you could share this with your toddlers if you have some. One of the secrets to memory was discovered thousands of years ago in ancient Greece. Take a list you know that's hanging in your memory. And what do you do with a hanger? You hang things on it. Take the list you're learning and hang it on the list you know. And I'm going to bet if you're in Rotary, you can count to 10. I feel very confident in that prediction. And we're going to use those 10 numbers you know to learn 10 things super fast. Here's another tip. You only remember 10% of what you read, but 90% of what you say and do. This is not a drill. This is a tool. You will want to use it and teach this to your kids as well. So when I ask you to say and do, please do, so you'll retain it. It's very powerful, and you'll thank me afterwards. The number 1 looks like the pole, the flag pole. When I say 1, you say pole. 1. Remember, say and do to learn this. Watching won't help. 2 is shoes. How many shoes do you wear? 2.
2.
Good. What's 2?
2 shoes.
What's 1?
Pole.
Perfect. You can unmute yourself for this if you'd like. 3 is a tricycle. How many wheels are on a tricycle?
3.
What's 3?
Tricycle.
What's 2?
Shoes.
What's 1?
Pole.
Getting smarter. Your brain's learning what I'm doing now. 4 is a car. How many tires are on a car?
4. And a
What's
spare.
4?
Car.
What was 2?
Shoes.
1.
Pole.
3.
Tricycle.
Jumping on purpose. It doesn't matter. Your brain's learning the system. 5 is a glove. How many fingers are in a glove?
5.
What's 5?
Glove.
What's 3?
Tricycle.
What's 1?
Pole.
Getting smarter. 6 gun. When I lived in Texas, a lot of people had guns. The cowboys. 6 gun. What's 6?
Gun.
Gun. 4.
Car.
2.
Shoes.
Perfect. 7 is lucky in dice on the first throw. 7's lucky in dice. 7 dice. What's 7?
Dice.
What was 5? Giving you a clue.
Glove.
3.
Tricycle.
1.
Pole.
You're almost done. Look how fast it's going. Rhymes work. Say 8, skate.
8. Skate.
What was 8?
Skate.
6. What do they love in Texas?
Gun.
4.
Car.
2.
Shoes.
2 more. 9. How many
4.
lives does a cat
4.
have?
4's car.
9. What's 9?
9 lives of a cat.
7 was lucky in what game?
Dice.
Dice. 5.
Glove.
3.
Tricycle.
1.
Pole.
Last number, 10. How many bowling pins are in an alley?
10.
What's 10?
Bowling pins.
Let's see how smart you guys are now. 1,
Pole.
2,
Shoes.
3,
Tricycle.
4,
Car.
5,
glove,
glove,
6, Texas. What do they love?
gun,
gun,
Guns. 7 is lucky in.
dice,
dice,
8 rhymes with.
skate,
skate,
9 is a.
cat,
And what was 10?
bowling pins,
And how does it
Bowling.
make you feel? Great. When you feel great, do that. It's stronger. This is called pegging. Now I'm going to show you how to use it. It's a tool. It's a way to speed learn numbers. Watch. Imagine you're in a hotel and your room is 314. How many times by the time you got to the lobby, you forgot your room number? I make the numbers into pictures. 3 is a tricycle, 1 is a pole, 4 is a car. Picture this. A tricycle hits a pole on a car. A tricycle hits a pole on a car. Tricycle, what number?
3,
It's a pole
1,
on a car.
4,
That's your hotel room. Tricycle, pole, car. And it's also pi. For kids in school learning geometry, that's the way you measure a circle, 3.14. So I teach this to kids for science and math and history dates and business, due dates, percentages, phone numbers, room numbers. You can learn any number. The 0 is the 10 bowling pins. So now you know how to speed learn numbers. Very easy to do. And children can learn this as young as 3. They don't know it's a system. They think it's a game. And they're learning to think and process, which will help them as they get older to learn. What are you doing in your businesses to make it easy to remember what you tell people? Has anyone ever told you something important and when you got home you didn't remember and it didn't work? Don't you think that happens when you tell people something? What if you didn't just tell them what they need to know, but how to remember it when they need to know it? How many happier customers would you have? And referrals. So that's an important. I do 3 business things. Use schema. Talk to people on a way they understand. Put them in a state they can successfully do what you're telling them. And help them remember what they need to know when they need to know it. You'll have a lot more customers that are happy. And you could use this to learn names, facts, numbers, and languages. Like Brad. He did 4-year college in 6 months. How is that possible? He went to Thomas Edison. That's Rutgers online classes. They let you take AP tests, CLEPs. He did 90% CLEP. They allow that. So he did 5 AP tests a week. He's off the scale smart. 5 AP tests a week, 1 online class. Got his BA in 6 months. Became a missionary. Learned Chinese in 3 weeks. Again, not an average person. He sold his company when he was 40 for $38 million. So when you ask me, why would I want to learn this? He sold his company when 40 for $38 million. Elon Musk reads 2 books a day. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Oprah, Jack Ma read 50 books a year. How would you like to have their bank accounts? What does it tell you about learning and success in a knowledge-based economy? You're either learning or your competition is pushing ahead of you. There's only one way to stay successful today. It's to be flexible and learn more. So did you learn something useful? I have
yes,
a gift. Thank you. I have a gift for your club. I have a program for your Ryla, Rotary, Interact scholarship kids. I'm giving you as a gift. The reading program will double their learning rate. The writing program is how to eliminate writer's block. I wrote a book in 5 hours. It went #1 on Amazon the next day. They can use it for reports. Memory, I gave you 1 piece of a whole memory program and 1 piece of the math program. Let me go on to stop sharing. I'm going in chat. I'm giving you my email. This is my direct email. The president, send me an email and I'll send you a link. I'll give this to all those kids for free, no charge. My cell phone is this. Now, if you want to sponsor a school, go to burglearning.com/Rotary. There's a coupon Rotary. The program online is $1,500, but I'm not trying to make money. I'm trying to help kids. If you get the program for you and your family, you get it for life. Reading, writing, memory, math. You have my cell phone. I'll help them for free. But then give me a school the person to contact, their email and phone, and I'll give the school the reading program for free for everyone for a year. Or if it's for elementary students, do memory, because they don't all read fast enough yet to speed up till the 6th grade. So intermediate high school, give them the reading program. It's free to them. I'm paying it forward. I have to pay people to work for me. They're not Rotarians. So I use the 197 to pay them to work, and then I donate the program to the school for free for a year. I also will give them an hour of my time for free if they want me to teach them. I don't charge for that for kids at school. And when COVID is over, which hopefully by fall, we'll be able to meet in person again. I had my shots and a lot of us are starting to get them. I would love to come to your Rotary Club and do my 4-hour reading program as a fundraiser in your community. So you can get all the people to come in who don't normally show up at a Rotary meeting. And that can help you get new members. Start the meeting by telling them who you are and what Rotary does. And then I'll teach them and we'll make some money for the club, for club functions. If you're interested, that's up to you, but I'm volunteering to let you know I'd be happy to do that. My sister lives in New Jersey, in Edison. I don't think it's that far from you. So anyway, if you have questions, please consider getting the program. Share it with your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews. I'm giving you permission. Your neighbors' kids. We're supposed to help children in Rotary. And if they need my help, they have my cell phone. Text me. I'll help them for free. I won't charge for that. And then give me a school. Schools are in trouble. You all know that. They have no money. The kids aren't learning. And I'll donate this to the school of your choice, the reading program or the memory program, whichever you decide. And I'll try to help those kids as well. And I won't charge them anything. It'll come from you as a gift. And so we're kind of paying it forward. If you're in Rotary, you're successful. And we're trying, I'm looking as a grandparent at where our kids are today with COVID, with the deficit, global warming. The least we could do is make them smart enough to fix some of the problems we're sticking on them. And I know we can do that. Imagine the 10 million Stevens and Justins and Brads in this country. What we can do to solve some of these problems. I can't do it myself, but with your help, I can help people and help more kids. And that's really what I'm trying to do. If you know of any other club that would like me, please let them know I'm available. And I'll answer any questions. And if you have questions later, that's my direct cell phone, not a business line. And that's my direct cell phone. So you can reach me at any time you have any questions.
Did anybody online have a question?
So Howard, you mentioned New Jersey.
Kathy.
You know, we are in Florida.
Oh, I'm in Florida. Where are you in? I thought it was in, I
We're in
think
Englewood,
a lot of
Florida.
Rotary Club. I'm
I thought
I'm
maybe
near the
you meant
village.
Inglewood. I thought maybe you meant Inglewood, New Jersey.
That's what I thought. I'm near the villages. I'm near Ocala.
Okay.
So hopefully then that's even better. I can drive there. Even better. So in the fall, if you'd like me to come down there and do something, I would love to do that. I would love to come
Howard.
down there and work with you.
For the reading
That would
program,
be fantastic.
do you also consider, for the reading program, do you also consider providing free to YMCAs that may have?
Yeah, you could do that if you want to donate it to a Y instead of to a school. And again, if they would like me to do a free program on Zoom for them, I would be happy to. How far away are you from Ocala? Driving time?
About 3.5
Couple hours.
How about
I would
2.5 hours?
So I would come down there in the fall because most people haven't had shots yet. The older people have, but the kids haven't. And a lot of the younger people that we'd like to see at the program. So I'm thinking by September, October, everyone who wanted a shot probably will have one. And I would love to come there. I'll drive there. Won't even have to pay for transportation because I can drive there. It's a drivable distance. And do something nice for the community and help raise some money for Rotary functions at the same time.
That would be awesome. Does anybody in the room have any questions for Howard?
Well, thank
Do we
you.
have the website that he put up?
Yes, he has the
It's on the
information and I'll
chat
put that
box.
all in the email that I send out.
Burglearning.com. Make sure you put in the /Rotary, because on my regular website, this is $1,500. I wouldn't make a living if everyone got it for $197, but I'm not trying to make a living. I'm trying to help kids. So that's a different, so don't give this to the whole world. I do this for Rotary.
No, that's admirable. And if nobody else has any other questions, I know you have another engagement to
I
get
have
to.
another Rotary Club in 15 minutes. I have to do this over again. Trying to
Just
help.
in appreciation, you will get this via email. I have a certificate for you in appreciation for
you.
your presentation. We will make a donation to Polio Plus for you and your name.
Appreciate that. I'm a Paul Harris fellow, so I appreciate and I'm president-elect of my club. I'm currently secretary and program chair. It's a small e-club, so we all have to do something to make it work.
That's right. That's right. Well, we appreciate your time and your energy and all the information that you provided us with today, Howard.
Thanks, and hopefully I'll see you in the fall. I would love to come down there, and I want to see Florida. I moved here last July and haven't gone anywhere because of COVID. I just had my shots, and now I'm like, yeah, I want to get out there and see Florida and meet people and talk to them. And if I go where you are, I've never been there, so we've got a good chance we could do TV, radio, local press. I tend to get good coverage. Unless there's an insurrection or something, in which case they don't think reading is as important. But on a normal news day, you get covered. So hopefully we can do that.
We are actually involved in, we're involved in a couple of different reading programs within our schools. So we will definitely tap
And I'll
into
help
that.
them.
And
Even if they don't buy
propel them.
anything, I'd still be willing to do an hour for those schools at no charge to help them.
Perfect. That's awesome.
Take care.
Well, thank you very much, Howard, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye. You too. Stay safe.
We will. Thank you. Let's see if I could change.
One. Oh.
All right. Hold on. Get back up there. All right. So what did everybody think of Howard? It was pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
Yes, apparently Tracy was saying it's the television. So the recording and those I put all on YouTube.
Right.
So go to our channel on YouTube. Any of these programs that we have are on there. You can fast forward through all the meeting stuff and just get to the video portion of it.
It's the TV.
It's the sound on the TV that was blipping.
I ordered, because I wanted to see it, but I ordered a speaker, so maybe the speaker we can plug in here instead of going to the TV, but
Right.
it would only be on a little monitor.
Because there's a delay.
There's
a delay.
Yeah, yes.
And the faster somebody talks, the more it
Yeah.
does that.
Let's raise it.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So anyways, so the next upcoming meetings, next week, we will have Bobby Burg here on the 20th talking about RUSH, which is Rotarians United Stop Hunger. I don't think so. She hasn't confirmed which yet, but unless she's had her shot, I don't think that she will. So look forward to that. We also have the board meeting on the 20th at 5:30 at the Inglewood Chamber, and it's also via Zoom, so you can jump in on Zoom. After that, on the 27th, we have the Fire Chief Kevin Easton coming in. He is also a potential member, is submitted his application. So that will be forthcoming, which is a great thing. And we will have Paul Harris' birthday recognized as well. Let's see.
Lou, 25 cents in the tip, in the mask jar.
Lou was a bad boy. So general announcements, April 14th is the Rotary Work Seminar at 1 o'clock. It's all on DAC-DB. April 17th is the District Assembly, which is also virtual from 9 to 11. Those of you coming into the board, I'm sure Tracy has shared, will need to attend that. And I think they're going to do their breakout sessions for each individual.
They're changing it all.
Okay, okay. So also April 22nd is Earth Day cleanup, 9 o'clock to 11 at the Veterans Memorial. Tracy, would you like to talk about it?
Yeah, and also I got an email on Friday
from a Navy recruiter in Sarasota, and he will be bringing himself and 17 other Navy recruiters to our Earth Day from Sarasota to Naples. Plus, we have about 10 people from the public, and we'll probably be able to do a lot more than what I had originally scheduled. So I've asked Jen to see if we can get a truck, because with all of them, we'll probably be able to cut back all the vegetation, replant a palm, and do some mulch. So if you can make it, please come. I know it is on a work day, but we just want to do something on Earth Day, and also to promote the hashtag Green Rotaract and hashtag Green Rotary. So.
Okay. Yeah. So also, April 24th is RLI. Again, sign up online. We do reimburse that after you've completed it. So if you do take it, please let us know and we'll get you that reimbursement. You want to talk about?
Yeah, it's,
That golf course division thing, I'm not sure that.
no, it's Gulf Coast. It's okay.
Oh, typo.
Yeah. And then on May 1st, I have another Keep Charlotte Beautiful cleanup from 9 to 11 at Cedar Point Environmental Park. We will also be having the Interact Kids as well join us there. So, and that's on a Saturday.
You got Oarsman Boulevard scheduled yet?
Got what?
Oarsman Boulevard.
That's where we live.
Oh, no, I don't have that one scheduled.
That's called a garage sale.
Oh,
right.
Of Alfred stuff.
yeah.
That's right.
And both these parks will be on a scheduled cleanup throughout next year. We'll be cleaning them each quarter for both the Charlotte County and Sarasota County. Charlotte
great.
County and Sarasota
Because
County.
I know Placido now, Rotunda, they do it.
They've been doing roadside cleanup.
Yeah, roadside cleanup.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
All right, and so lastly, May 21st is a night of 1,000 Paul Harris Fellows at the Charlotte Harbor Event Center. So you do have to purchase tickets for that. So it's on the district site, not on DAC TV.
no, it's on that.
Is it on DAC TV?
Yeah.
too? Okay.
That's the same district. There's about 100 people signed up so far, so. it'll be a funny thing.
Okay.
So Carol, Carolyn.
Yeah,
Tracy. Have you signed up?
I have not bought it yet, but I will.
Okay.
All right, so we have some birthdays. So we had Kathy Castellano yesterday on the 12th. And we have Brett White on the 17th.
She left hers off, and I didn't even know that.
How about
And
today?
Jen is today. Oh, that's okay.
It's not about me.
Busy, I
I
had
think about saying.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Deb. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Brett. Thank you, thank you. Either way. That was an open-ended question. All right, so we're going to go into happy and sad dollars. Does anybody have anything that they want to share?
I did.
Carolyn.
I was back in Indiana this weekend to celebrate my sister's 80th birthday, and we had a great time. Weather was perfect until we were driving home, and it was like a monsoon.
Oh, wow.
Hey, other than that, we were doing
Yeah.
well. Thank you.
Thank you. Glad you're back safe and back with us. Marie.
I'm happy to be back. We are.
Welcome back. It's nice to have you. I know you've been to a couple board meetings in person, but
And she was on Zoom.
yes, yes. Alfred.
Got a happy dollar. Liz, thanks for joining us today.
Yes, welcome. Kathy, did you have one?
Yes, I have the happy dollar. I had
You're on
a,
mute.
I'm gonna, is Blaze there? Tell
Hold
me.
on. Yeah,
Can I take that
she's
button?
not.
Your
Hold on,
TV's on.
I'll put my speaker on.
Hold on.
Go ahead. No.
Turn yours off.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Barely.
Oh, okay. All right. So I have a couple of happy dollars. I have one that I had a very, very happy birthday yesterday, celebration. I have two because of the generous donors that made me go over and above my goal for wobbly feet as consideration for a gift to me for my birthday. That was amazing. And I want to give a happy dollar for Leanne Chung, who's the incoming president for Rotary Sarasota, has joined us today on our meeting via Zoom. And I wanted to welcome her. And Deb, now you're on mute. I can't hear you. Go ahead.
Are you paying for it?
We're- Yeah. They're trying to avoid the echo.
Here, I mute and put my computer there.
Love Zoom. Anyways, anybody else have anything to Karen?
Today at 2:30.
I had my second shot a couple days ago, so.
I will put in a happy dollar for all of the birthdays, so for Kathy and myself and Brett, the April birthdays. But I also had a sad dollar. Some of you already know, but Patrick lost his sister on Sunday to COVID. So we will be doing our birthday trip and then turning it around and heading straight back up for funeral services. So this unfortunate news, but anyways.
And then I will put in, I think all I have is a 5, some happy dollars. We are starting the grant writing process for the project for next year with Venice Nokomis, Venice Sunrise, and our club. We're going to go in for a $20,000 grant. I'm started the brochures. We've got a little page on the internet. So this is really starting to take ground. We've got it penciled in for April 26th to go look at the Siesta Key installation of probably about 12 more reefs there. So it's really starting to take ground. Carol just stated that, what'd you say, Boca?
The Boca Conservancy, Boca Islands.
The
Conservancy.
Boca, Island Conservancy is actually purchasing mini reefs as well and putting them on an L-shaped dock out there. So I think when we start going out and promoting this, it's going to be an easy sell. It's going to sell itself.
There
So-
was, Lightspeed Voice granted another Rotary Club, or no, it wasn't a Rotary Club, it was a community, a grant for that as well. So we'll have to be on the lookout for that. That's something that we can apply through for them too, now that they're aware of it.
So you said 3 clubs, Tracy, that you and Venice asked.
So I'm going to submit for 20,000, which would be $10,000 coming from the district and $3,333 from each 3 of our clubs.
Do we raise that with the art festival?
Yes, we already have it. So,
Yes. Final numbers are not 100%, but I'll let you go ahead and
They're about, well, the gate was about 13,000. The Rotary was about 15,000 with the booths and that's clear. Now, EYF is not completely cleared yet, so it's going to probably be about 11 for them. Everything is cleared from the Rotary Club, and so that it's going to be about 16,000.
yay.
so,
Thank you for everybody's help on that.
so what Carol just said, in case anybody didn't hear, was we cleared about 16,000 from the art festival for the Rotary Club. And after EYF's expenses from the gate, which was originally around 13, we'll probably clear around 11. gate for EYF.
Well, it's much better than what we originally anticipated for this year, so very blessed to have that and to be able to move forward with some projects in mind and some money to pay for them. So thank you, everybody, for that. Anything else from anybody?
Oh, I'm gonna do
Christina.
a happy dollar. Thank you all for doing this at the Rotary Social with Food Cares. We had our spring fundraiser on Saturday night and we raised over $10,000. Our goal is 40 and we are looking for $8,000. And we're starting our grant cycle in next month. So we're very fortunate. Hopefully in the future, we can do some joint grants with the Rotary Club and the Englewood community. I've already done a few of those with my help in your community, so.
And they were very open to that at that,
Yes, thank
that
you.
meeting, so thank you for that. And, all right, so if there's nothing else, we will go ahead and adjourn for today. Oh, we have 50-50. Almost.
$4.
Bottom 4. Yeah, the little mic stand. Did you write it?
That's 4.
275. Again?
Actually, last time it was really Alfred's ticket, but this time it was my ticket.
So you, of course, you paid it.
All right.
$4.
Okay, well, let's adjourn. You, Christina, you want to lead us out in the 4-way pledge or the 4-way test?
The 4-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Number 1.
Is it the truth?
Number 2.
Is it fair to all?
To all concerned.
Number 3.
Will it
Will
build
build goodwill and
Friendship.
friendships.
Number 4.
Will it be beneficial?
Beneficial to all concerned.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks, Kathy. Happy birthday.
Tracy, will you check your chat?
Tomorrow and come back Monday.
Thanks, Leanne. Good to see you.
Carol. I'll let Carol know.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.